Hi, my name is Akshay Heranjal. I'm from the Purpling Studio, Bangalore. So we're in this incredible city of Manipal, a place with amazing energy, because more than 50% of the population is student population in the city. We are at the TAPMI Center. We realized over the last couple of decades, Manipal is undergoing a massive shift. Buildings are becoming more and more generic. Social spaces are getting lost. So we asked ourselves, can we grow Manipal without erasing it? So for this project here at the TAPMI Center, we reinterpreted the brief in a way where the social space becomes the primary room of sorts and everything else revolves around it. So we took this as a premise for the project and found a way that we said, without building extra, is it possible that we use a terrace as a social space? Then we realized that in a place like Manipal, where the weather is difficult, how do you cover it? So that's when we realized, if you look back at Indian history, there's this fantastic connection with the ghats, and you see people with chattris sitting and doing a lot of things around it or below it. So we reinterpreted this idea. We said, is it possible that the terrace comes down to you, where it becomes almost like an amphitheatre or a ghat of sorts? And we reinterpreted this whole idea of chattris, where it almost becomes like a modular parasol, which sort of sits on top of this area, covers it, shades it, takes care of you during rains. And we realize that a material like bamboo, which becomes a part of the ethos of how we looked at covering this whole parasol or the chattris. So for many years, we used to see this difference between companies that looked at scale and companies that looked at design. Somewhere that shift is getting realigned and they're coming together. So you have companies like Simpolo looking at design at scale, which is important for projects like these and institutional buildings, because it allows us to look at great design, maybe in a lot more India forward approach that sort of sits at scale and allows us to think big. We wanted that the building should feel like it always existed, although it sort of course stands out, but it needs to feel like it always belonged here. And it goes with the rest of the forest or the trees and the valleys that you look around, and it feels like it's our abstraction of the forest that you have in this area. Institutional buildings don't need to be boring. It needs to be something that belongs to you and you find a sense of belonging to. So by adding social space as the most important part, it almost becomes like a public room of sorts. So that believes in this whole idea of retaining the ethos, that it sort of coexists within the campus and sort of gives back to the culture of this idea of informal sense of belonging to a place.